taking advantage of teachers who are not paying attention. Two students secretly mix sugar with calichlorate, then light the alcohol lamp. Sparks were flying everywhere and the teacher came out of nowhere. They hurriedly poured the remaining ingredients into the tank. But the next second, the entire lab was almost toppled. You to look at each other smiling, because in the end, they found the best fuel for rockets. Hanmo is a bad high school student. Just because, we've seen the world's first artificial satellite, looking at the sky at night. Then came the idea, build your own rocket to go into space. But when you talk to your family about this idea, their reaction was just don't blow yourself up. The family just thinks he's talking crazy. I didn't know you actually built a rocket before launching the missile. He's also pulling his friends Tom and Jack. Tom said your handsome rocket just feels familiar. Hanmo said it looks familiar is right. This is a plastic toy, but it's got enough gunpowder for 30 cannons. Tearing directly said cool. When the ignition enters the countdown, they suddenly remembered. This is a bomb, right? These 7 defeats make Hanmo realize even though Tom and Jack. But it's not enough. So he found the top student, isolated at school. Do you know about rocket? The real rocket science. It was invented by the Chinese in 1000 AD, and it's a complicated subject. According to the popular science of learning, at that time, the new Hanmo has the general shape of a rocket in its head. Under your leadership for people, they started throwing away their weapons and used local materials. Welded stainless steel mop saw, tail fin into missile body, sawing part polished wood mop. It's going to be an arrowhead. Mixed potassium close to and sulfur by proportion. It's become gunpowder. Look, building rockets is actually very simple. They talk about design all the time. Don't you forget to study in your free time. But when the principal saw it, I really think this is more dangerous. A knife to seize the missile. Luckily Karani helped them. Tell me this is a display for the exhibition. The captain has to give up. Hanmo thanked Ms. Riley for rescuing, but they build rockets just for fun. Not confident enough to participate in the technology exhibition. Miss Riley said it's a shame, because the students won at the science and technology exhibition will not only get accepted quickly into college, he will also receive a generous scholarship. Tissues suddenly found. Participating in the science and technology exhibition will be very good, because in this backward and remote town, coal mining is the only way out for young people, and her words made them realize, this could be my chance to change my destiny, so they're complacent for the second time, and soon they're starting. After the countdown is over, the missile was successfully launched, but never expected. Missiles have separate thoughts corner and shoot towards the mine. Cause a big deal. Friends know they're in trouble, so run away. Hanmo reluctantly. Rocket has to find it alone. Then, I happen to meet my disgraced father again. I'm holding a rocket. His face was so dark that it almost dripped water. He was in front of me. People scold Hanmo for disrespect. Forbid you. Tinkering with this shit in the mining zone. Then throw the missile in the trash. What's worse is this news. Then I went to school. Their antics were put on the blackboard, together into the laughter of classmates. You're under a lot of pressure. They all started to retreat. Say nothing wrong, while staying in town and doing coal digging. A dream or something. It's not really something a small town boy should have. Hanmo is very angry. They call them people who have no dreams. Some people even fight during an argument. But at that moment, a stranger asked for directions. The bewildered friends you've never seen. Luxury sports car. American girl full of style. It's all deeply stimulating. This ordinary small-town teenager. How wonderful is the outside world. After breaking up with friends, Hanmo went to find the test site alone. Suddenly 3 friends go to a car. Turns out they thought of friendship. Because this dream has to help Hanmo build rockets. It's definitely not for some pretty girl. And then they found a vacant lot 10 kilometers away. Merlin Space Center flag. Here, it takes a few days to build a house. Magnificent safety and a solid cement launch pad. Hanmo also soaks in the library. Then follow the instructions in the book. Take Caligloho and line pillow or bomb. New rocket fuel being tested. Sometimes sneak into the workshop of the historic mining plant.